You know, we've told a lot of stories over the last nearly a year now about nonprofits that have struggled through the pandemic, but there's actually one that's seen an increase in business. Don't hear about that very often. Don Mulholland is the president of Out of the Garden, and their story is very different. Take a look. So Don, I know, a lot of nonprofits and charities, they've really struggled. Now, you guys are kind of an exception to that rule, but I want you to first tell us a little bit about Out of the Garden and what you guys are all about. How did it all get started?
It got started in 2008, 2009, when our daughters, 16 and 19, were just in kindergarten and second grade at Moorhead Elementary School. And that is when my wife, Christy, said we need to feed some children who she thought were hungry in their classrooms. And so she talked to the counselor at the time, and we started providing 6 bags of food for a family to have a couple meals over the weekend. We started with just 6 children, did that for a year. Then the next year added 2 more schools, and today we serve more than half the 126 schools with some sort of food.
So now then, March, obviously the world changed, but you said you guys it still allowed you to continue your mission.
One of the unusual things is that we already did fresh mobile markets, and most of our markets, we had 19 in February of 2020, and so we just made them all drive-through markets. We now have 30 where we provide fresh produce, bread, meat, pizza, other shelf-stable items. Every family that shows up will receive on average of 65 pounds of food or more. And one of those challenges from another's perspective was a blessing for us in that we actually received 3 times the normal in-kind donations. We usually would receive a couple million pounds a year, and in 2020 we received 6.1 million pounds of food. And the positive side of that is that we had so many more people, about 65% more, who were needing food come through our markets. So we had the food and were able to serve those people. So that was an incredible blessing.
It's great. You guys are doing great work. I'm glad it's working out. You're feeding a lot of people. Thanks, Don, for your help today. For me, it's just nice to hear some good news for a change, that some of these nonprofits are doing such great work. And actually with him, it's like he said, 3 times the amount of food that they've seen pushed through their doors. So, and it's incredible too, when he told the amount of pounds of food that each family gets. They're doing great work.
Yeah, one of the very first stories I covered once the pandemic arrived was something that the Out of the Garden Project was doing. They were partnering with Daystar Church in Greensboro to give out produce, like he mentioned, those mobile markets like that. And I feel like I hear about an event they're doing almost every single day.
And people can't ever accuse us of not reporting the good news, right, Chilton? Because you
right.
got that covered. You're on lock on that.
It's my beat.
We all need some good news every once in a while.
Absolutely, I know.
I agree.
Why'd you save it to Friday when Megan Maleras tells us all the good news? You're here to spread it out throughout the week.
We try.
Ball of sunshine, that Eric Chilton.